server. Things have been very busy today. I have been on here since sometime this morning, early-ish, and it's like 4:30 in the afternoon now, so I've been very busy all day long working with stuff, getting this stuff, finally getting to the point where I might actually have a chance of getting caught up with, well, with what pretty much everybody else is doing right now. And some of these folks have got enormous processing and power systems and all this stuff. I've got one solar panel, a geothermal, and a couple of MFEs and so on, but things are looking up. Part of what I did was I brought the energy cell down here and I built a magma crucible and a liquid transposer, and with that I made up some more redstone energy conduit because I was really short on it, and I also made up tesseracts, 2 item tesseracts and 1 liquid tesseract, and got that going. I finally got my extractor put up and got my sticky resin processed. It's processing rubber wood logs now, so I won't be short of rubber anytime soon. Up on the roof up here, I placed a couple of more solar panels, 2 of the red power solar panels. And the power they produce comes down this blue electric cable in here to the battery box and powers a sorting machine. And I'll get to explaining this whole thing. Basically, I spent the better part of 5 hours or more working out this whole system. As a matter of fact, I built this setup 3 times at least before I was finally satisfied with something that worked. From the sorting machine. Okay, let's start here. An item tesseract. It's going to be accepting output from a quarry, which, by the way, I finally have. And part of my fun was getting that thing made. You know, it requires titanium, but it's not exactly intuitive as to how to make titanium. And so I finally got that sorted out, however. But anyway, stuff will come in through the item tesseract from the quarry and go into this chest. Anything that goes into that chest will automatically be sorted by the sorting machine. And right now I don't have very much of a sorting setup, but it's enough, I think, at least for starters. Basically what I've got is the green line, which I'm sending cobblestone down that line. The green line is this pipe here, redstone, or pneumatic tube, that's what it is. Yeah, it comes down here and goes into this chest. This is the recycling system. When this system is turned on, timer pulses every 4 seconds, and when it does, the filters pulse and pull stuff out of the chest. Right now everything is up in that chest right there, so that's the only one it's pulling out of. Stuff comes in here, it tries to go into the recyclers, and if it can't, you can see it bounces around a little bit back and forth, and then it goes down this tube, comes down here, and goes back into these chests here. If this one is full, it'll spill into that one. If that's full, it'll go into this one. So there's plenty of storage in case it gets behind. So that's what happens to the cobblestone. It comes over here, gets recycled. These 2 pull the scrap out of the recyclers and send it to these barrels. And now, the next line on the filter is the blue line, and I'm planning for there to be more stuff going down that way. The blue line is assorted ores that need to be pulverized and smelted. And anybody familiar with pneumatic tubes knows that when a tube is painted, only items that have been painted that color by the sorting machine, in this case blue, can go down that line. So the blue items go up here and up there to where the 3 pulverizers and 3 powered furnaces are. And after they come out of that, they go into a storage chest where all of my smelted and processed items will go. Everything else that the sorting machine does not have a sorting rule for gets painted white. It comes down this line. And of course, it won't go through the blue, it won't go through the green. It comes down here. I'm putting dirt and cobble into these barrels here. Everything else will go into this line of chests. And that's probably, you know, I realize it's not the most efficient or the best or the most optimum design for a sorting system, but it's the beginnings of something. And I think it will do very nicely. And now, the next thing I need to do, really, is to get my quarry set up. And before I set up the quarry, well, let's see, I need to arrange for there to be a source of lava for it. And I think what I'm going to do, for the time being, I'm going to set a liquid tesseract right here. Use a little bit of this golden waterproof pipe to send lava to it. And let's go ahead and set this to private access. Lava channel, activate it. Alright, and this one is send only. So this lava will go in here and be sent. The other tesseract will be sent to receive. Now, I will eventually move this one into the nether and pump out of there, but I've got a good lava source right here, so I might as well use it for right now. Now, for the quarry itself, I had in mind to get past this incredible lag that I haven't had any of all day until just now. And let's see, I think I'm just going to settle down right over here. Yeah, I think this will work just fine. All right. Oh, would you believe it? There is one thing I forgot. I need landmarks, and I know I've made some up, so I need to go get them. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. Got everything in order now. Ah, oil, that's good. And I will eventually get around to using it. All right, let's start out with a landmark, and let's set the other one down here at the other end of this beam. Alright, and now head down to the other end of this one. Okay, it looks like I may have to dig for this. Alright. Another landmark there. All good to go. Take off my lever. Right click on those, and there's the box, the outline of the area that will be quarried. Okay. Now I can set the, no, not the pump, the quarry. Another thing I'm going to set down here is a chunk loader, because the quarry will keep the chunks that it's going to dig out loaded, but I need the area where the stuff that's going to power the quarry to stay loaded, and that'll work just fine. Hide lasers. Alright, now item tesseract. Pop that down on top. Private access, quarry output, set that frequency. And this one is send only. Alright. Now, let's see. Redstone energy conduit. Let's go ahead and just run that out there. Like so. Pop the engines down there. And yeah, I can see where I might end up. Oh, maybe I've got enough of it. We'll see. I was going to think I might possibly need more piping for the lava, but we'll see. So let's see if I run this like so. Alright, I'll have enough. And now we go ahead and take our liquid tesseract. Another pipe. Set this one receive only, owner access, put it on the lava channel. And now we have lava going in here to the magmatic engines. And 5 magmatic engines. Let's see, these suckers produce, what is it? Maximum of 4 EU per tick once they get fully heated up. Okay, great. So that's 20 EU per tick. Not exactly the most you can feed a quarry, but it'll do. And now we can see that our little robot in the center is doing his thing, clearing everything out of the way that would be in the way of the quarry. Those items are just going to get dropped and allowed to despawn, except for this wood. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And it's clearing everything on each layer one thing at a time. Once it's done with that, it'll build the quarry frame. Alright, this is going to take a little while because I'm not feeding the most amount of power into this thing that I could. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of chill out here on top of this tree and watch our little robot doing its thing. It's not getting as much power as it should have, or that beam would be blue. Yellow is one step up from, I believe, green is the low power color. I may have that backwards, I'm not sure. But in any event, I know it's not getting as much juice as it could have. But it's doing its thing. I'm going to go ahead and wait on this thing to finish clearing the area, and I'll be back. Well, there has been some progress. The robot thing is now doing work on the quarry frame. It's going a little on the slow side, but I'm not exactly pumping tons of energy into it right at the moment. And I'm thinking I might just have to go ahead and get that lava pump set up in the nether, because several times now, in fact right now, well, let me fly over there, make sure it's not just, okay, it's drawing. I thought it wasn't being drawn because it was, oh, I've got these pointed the wrong way. What's going on here? My jetpack is dead. Not a good thing to happen when there might be creepers. Okay, yeah. We've got solid blue beam, and that laser is working a whole lot faster now. Look at this. Okay, I didn't have the engine set for output. I didn't have my conduit set right. That thing's working really good now. So 20 MJ a tick is probably pretty good. Go ahead and get up here. I decided to park up here so I'd be out of bow shot of any passing skeletons. And I get a good view of my quarry. And this thing is going to be finishing up the frame here. Pretty short order from the looks of this now. And I won't even have to worry about putting water in the quarry to keep it from having problems with lava, because when the quarry arm starts to break that ice, there'll be all the water it needs. And we have sunrise, and the uppermost portion of the quarry frame is being built. Excellent. We will be quarrying very soon. And with that in mind, I need to take just a moment and quickly fly back up and head over to the shop, because there's something I need to turn on there. I need to start the engines that's going to power the pulverizers. It's not critical, but I mean, I need to get that started. I need to make sure the recycler's running. Let's go in through this hole. Alright, recycler's going. So the only thing I need to start up is that magnetic engine, so that the pulverizers and powered furnaces have plenty of power. And because that's conduit instead of gold conductive pipe, it won't blow up. Alright, let's have a look down here. Not seeing anything coming in yet. Go ahead and give it that. Alright. Head back. Wait a minute. The quarry is running. Let's head back out there. Alright, we have our quarry arm, and it be quarrying. And it's going pretty good. Going at a pretty good clip. I know I'm eventually going to have to move that lava pumping situation out into the nether, because I'm pumping from a pretty good sized pool down under the base, but it will run out. But that's all right. It's got enough juice to keep things going at the moment. Looks like things are going pretty good. Alright, I'm going to babysit this for a while just because that's what I do. And I'll check in after a bit. Okay, I was watching the quarry doing its thing on the top layer of dirt, and it occurred to me that I do have a way to see the rest of this stuff in action, because I've got a bunch of ore that I have collected from assorted turtle quarrying runs. So I'm just going to start throwing that in there. Iron, copper, silver, tin, lead, and so on. And now I'm going to head up here. We should see some of this stuff start coming in here. Well, we should. Well, the iron is all gone. All right. Okay, where did all that iron and other ore go to? It's set to be painted dark blue. Where did it land? Where it shouldn't have. Well, I suppose it's possible I may have gotten the wrong shade of blue on the filter. Let's find out. That should be the right color blue. Certainly isn't that one. All right, let's try that. Okay, the battery box has power. Sorting machine has power. Pretty sure that's the right mode. I know that's got to be the right color. Stuff is coming in and nothing's going out. Oh, for crying out loud. it's facing the right way, or nothing will be getting into it. It was running before. Okay, what tarnation is going on here? Alright, we have a little bit of a mystery going on. I'm going to cut out and see what I can find out about what the heck is going on here. Alright, I got it figured out. I had to break this pipe off of there and put it back. Apparently the thing had just simply gotten backfilled. Okay, this is wrong. Alright, I need some more pneumatic tube. Fix that up. Stuff going in here. Pulverizers are lighting up. That's good. Pneumatic tube, where are you? Okay, this isn't exactly right, but it might just do the trick. I don't want to have to move the stuff in that barrel, but I may have to. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And I'm taking some pipe off of these, because right now I can't make any more pipe. Yeah. Alright, take that off. Put that like this. Not connect that just yet because I need to get a blue paintbrush and repaint that blue line. Alright, here we are. Now if I paint this one blue, pipe coming up from that and over to there. I'll go in here and put some iron in that slot. And good. The blue items are going up to get smelted and, well, pulverized and then smelted. They'll end up in the process storage chest up there. Excellent. Meanwhile, everything else coming in here is some iron that didn't belong in here. I don't know what we'll do with that galena. I think it's a GregTech thing. It's going to need to be GregTech processed, so it's going to sit there for a little while. Meanwhile, I can go ahead and stuff the rest of this ore back in here. That stuff will get processed. And that will work just fine. Alright, I'm going to head out to the quarry, have a look at how things are going right there. Now, just go back out to the quarry. I've got one heck of a thunderstorm going on here. It's like the thunder has been almost non-stop for a minute and a half. It's absolutely cool. You gotta love a good thunderstorm. Anyway, the quarry is just about finished with the layer it's on. And when it starts on the next layer, I am going to start a stopwatch going because I want to know how long it's taking per layer. crazy perhaps, but what the heck. So I'll be back when it's ready to start the next layer. Okay, when it finishes this row, it's going to start a new layer. And I'm going to kick the stopwatch. And now. I'm going to hang out here, wait for it to finish this layer, and find out how fast it's working. God, I love this thunderstorm. It's great. Truly fantastic. I love the lightning and all that too. Sometime I'm going to have to get into doing the lightning rod thing. I understand you can gather insane amounts of power that way. Oh well, I'm going to be back when this layer is finished. Alright, it is now nearing the end of that one layer, and I have to say I am definitely impressed with the time that it's taking. And let's see, stop. And the time for one 64 by 64 layer is 19 minutes and 53 seconds flat. That is really good. I remember the first time I ever did a 64 by 64 quarry. It was back in Minecraft 1.1 with the versions of Buildcraft and such that were available then. And that 64 by 64 quarry took, I think, a little over an hour per layer. It didn't move anywhere near as fast as this sucker is. So that's cool. And at that rate, it shouldn't be more than a couple of days before it gets all the way down to bedrock. And that's going to net me a whole boatload of resources, which will make it easier to be getting busy with other things, because I'll have the resources to do them with. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy.